Ghost coming to you live with another wonderful video. How is everyone doing today? I am doing well myself. Sorry about the delay. I forgot I hadn't set up my Rumble one, so I had to do that real quick. So that's the reason for the delay. Anyways, that's the reason for delay. I just forgot that I needed to set up my Rumble channel, or my Rumble, whatever it's called. So, a quick announcement before we get into anything. Let's see. Next week, starting Thursday, I got some business I need to do. So, I plan to do a few pre-recorded streams. So just be on the lookout for that. Yeah. So, I'm going to review some Andrew Tate stuff, and then I'm going to let's see, and then I'm going to do a reaction stream. So my plan is to do watch the interviews of Andrew Tate with Chris Tucker and Chris Tucker and Piers Morgan on Thursday and Friday, and then Monday I'll do a reaction stream. And again, all those are just going to be pre-recorded. I have some business I need to take care of, and I don't really want to miss out on those many days. So this weekend I'm going to work on getting those streams ready. So yeah, but yeah, so just a heads up. So let everyone know. Before we get into it at all, make sure you follow me on X at @officialwghost. That's the best way to find me, as Twitter. You can find find my tweets. You can find when I go live, everything, etc., etc. So yeah, and then of course, if you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, make sure you check me out at rumble.com/withghost. That is that's home base. That's the bastion of free speech now is Rumble. So just make sure you check me out on Rumble. Check out Rumble. I know when it started, everyone wasn't loving it so much, but it's gotten so much better since then. So yeah. And then of course twitch.tv/officialwithghost and YouTube. I think we're gonna shut down my Kick channel because I don't really stream that much on it. The only reason I started streaming on Kick is because Twitch wasn't working, and it seems to be working now. So let's see. Yeah, that's all I can really think of at the moment. Let's get into it. So I got a few things to get to. We got some breaking news yesterday. DeSantis decided to drop out of the race, and then we'll look at that, and we'll see. We will see who he decided to endorse. We also have another candidate who decided to endorse Trump, a former candidate running for president. So we'll check out and see who that is. Trump also comments on the rumors of Nikki Haley being his pick for VP. So he talks about that. And then let's see. And then we'll check out the Eugene Carroll crap as one of his lawyers speaks on it. Be a quick, inflammatory crap. And then, since we talked about Nikki Haley prior, we will be checking out a clip of basically all the time she's flip-flopped, or a good amount of time she's flip-flopped on her reviews. So we'll check that out. And then we got some dumb people with guns that just irritate the ever-loving shit out of me. Because everyone sees that and like, oh, this is how all gun people are with guns. No. Anyways. And then we got an update on Fani Willis and her scandal. It's not looking good for her, and it's kind of funny to me, honestly. And then finally, we got Dana White responding to, talking about getting asked a question on homophobia and transphobia in the UFC, and he shuts it down like he already does. But yeah, so that's the plan. trying to find some new headphones because my other ones have crapped out on me, and I couldn't find them at all. So I had to buy some online, and now I gotta wait till well, I get them today. But for now, we're gonna have to listen. I'm gonna have to listen to them on these crappy ones. So, but yeah, so let's get into it. Let's check out DeSantis finally deciding, hey, enough's enough. And I hope no one is throwing shade at DeSantis, because it really takes a guy who's to set his ego aside and say, like, all right, look, this guy is winning. I might as well, I'm gonna step back, and can see. Ugh. I guess I kind of spoiled who he's endorsing. Oh well, let's watch.
The warmth of being home is a reminder why I've chosen public service. From joining the United States Navy and serving in Iraq, to representing the people in the U.S. Congress, and now serving as governor of Florida. And it reminds me why I decided to run for president, to fight for those who have been forgotten in this country. This is America's time for choosing. We can choose to allow a border invasion, or we can choose to stop it. We can choose reckless borrowing and spending, or we can choose to limit government and lower inflation. We can choose political indoctrination, or we can choose classical education. These choices are symptoms of the underlying struggle to ensure that constitutional government can endure and that Western civilization can survive. And we launched this campaign to bring accountability to government, regain sovereignty at our border, and restore sanity to our society. We cannot succeed as a country if we allow our nation to be invaded, our currency to be debased, our cities to crumble, and our kids to be indoctrinated. The DC elites who facilitated this mess do not care about you, and they do not work for you. They work for themselves. They seek to accumulate power at your expense to pursue an agenda that is harmful to the American people. Citizens do not serve politicians. It is the duty of politicians to serve you. Talk is cheap. Actions speak louder than words. Reversing the decline of this nation requires leadership that delivers big results for the people we are elected to serve. I have a record of leading with conviction, championing an agenda marked by bold colors, delivering on my promises, and defeating the people who are responsible for our nation's decline. That is the type of leadership we need for all of America. Now, over the past many months, Casey and I have traveled across the country to deliver a message of hope that decline is a choice and that we can, in fact, succeed again as a nation. Nobody worked harder, and we left it all out on the field. Now, following our second place finish in Iowa, we've prayed and deliberated on the way forward. If there was anything I could do to produce a favorable outcome, more campaign stops, more interviews, I would do it. But I can't ask our supporters to volunteer their time and donate their resources if we don't have a clear path to victory. Accordingly, I am today suspending my campaign. I'm proud to have delivered on 100% of my promises, and I will not stop now. It's clear to me that a majority of Republican primary voters want to give Donald Trump another chance. They watch his presidency get stymied by relentless resistance, and they see Democrats using lawfare this day to attack him. Well, I've had disagreements with Donald Trump, such as on the coronavirus pandemic and his elevation of Anthony Fauci. Trump is superior to the current incumbent, Joe Biden. That is clear. I signed a pledge to support the Republican nominee, and I will honor that pledge. He has my endorsement because we can't go back to the old Republican guard of yesteryear, a repackaged form of warmed over corporatism that Nikki Haley represents. The days of putting Americans last, of kowtowing to large corporations, of caving to woke ideology are over. I thank all of our passionate supporters who have stood by us through it all. That we had people volunteer to come to Iowa in the middle of a blizzard to knock on doors and make phone calls touched us dearly. No candidate had more thrown at him, but no candidate had so many committed volunteers and staff. Finally, I want to thank my wife, Casey, and our kids, Madison, Mason, and Mamie. Casey's gone far above and beyond in her support for our campaign and for our cause. She's not only a great wife and mother, she's a great American who cares deeply about the future of the country that our kids will inherit. Our kids have seen and done a lot on the trail, from playing on the famed Field of Dreams baseball site in Iowa to making their first snowman in New Hampshire. They are one of the reasons we fight so hard for what we believe in. Winston Churchill once remarked that success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. While this campaign has ended, the mission continues. Down here in Florida, we will continue to show the country how to lead. Thank you, and God bless.
So there we go. So yeah, as I was saying, I kind of get into it before we actually saw the video, which was whatever. Sorry. But yeah, as you know, he's dropped out and he realized, hey, I'm not the guy. They don't want me. And they don't want me. And that's good. That's good. I said this on Twitter. It takes a strong man to, set his ego aside and realize, like, look, it's not me. I'm not going to keep this up and, try and, I know it's not going to be me. So I'm just going to drop out and, call it a day. No big deal. And I got to have some respect for the guy. Look, I like DeSantis. I had no issues with him. I just think Donald Trump is the better option at the moment, and majority of Republicans agree. Currently, as of yesterday, 66.2% of the votes. DeSantis was 11.1. He was behind Nikki Haley, who has 12.3. So, but for the majority of the time, DeSantis has been ahead of Nikki Haley and everything. So it's not a big deal. But but they like both of them are way behind Trump. Like, it's no contest. Trump's getting the nomination. Yes, we have the vote tomorrow in New Hampshire and whatnot, but there's no doubt in anyone's mind that regardless, Trump's going to get the vote. And I think that's important to understand and take into account. And I like I said, I got to give Ron DeSantis some props for putting his ego aside. And it's like, look, it's not me. I'm going to call it a day, and just we're going to back the guy that everyone wants. I'm not going to keep dividing the party just for my ego. Again, it wasn't really a divide. Like, regardless if he had stayed in, Trump to get the nomination. But it's good that he dropped out early. I think he's intelligent enough to realize, like, yeah, it's not going to be me. I'm not going to keep, keep both our supporters fighting each other just because I want to stay in the race. I'm going to drop out, and the amount of supporters that are gonna that like me and like Trump will go over to Trump, and then the rest are just idiots. So, props to him. I look forward to voting for DeSantis in 2028. And I think we all should. Because don't get it twisted. He's definitely running again. Okay. And I think what we'll see is DeSantis will get in a giant lead, because there's going to be a lot of Trumpers who are going to be like, look, I hope at least there's going to be a lot of Trumpers who are like, all right, we got our guy in. He's done. Let's go to the guy who, understood, did what's best for the country, not for him. Let's get behind him. So I think he'll have a massive support come, next election season. And he should. I like DeSantis. I like a lot of his policies. I think he'll be great. But gotta go with Trump. I think it's smart to have Trump come in and kind of hack off the dead parts, and go wildfire. That way DeSantis can come in with a clean slate, more or less, and and start implementing the policies that are good for the country. So yeah, so good on DeSantis, and yeah, so he's dropped out. Wonderful. So now it's Nikki Haley and Trump, and Nikki Haley is. I don't understand how people really like Nikki Haley. She's flip-flopped a bunch. She got called a liar on stage at the GOP, and it turns out to be correct. And then she just blatantly lies again. No, that's not true. Even though she's on camera saying so. Now, let's check out another candidate that who dropped out of the race and is endorsing Trump. Tim Scott.
We need a president who will close our southern border today. We need Donald Trump. We need a president. We need a president who will unite our country. We need Donald Trump. We need a president who will protect your Social Security and my mama's Social Security. We need Donald Trump. We need a president today who will stop the crime and recklessness in the streets. We need a president who will restore law and order. We need Donald Trump. Oh, we need a president who will lower our taxes and not raise our taxes. We need a president like Donald Trump. We need a president who understands the American people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. We need a president our foreign adversaries are afraid of and our allies respect. We need a president who doesn't see black or white. We see a president who sees Americans as one American family. We need. And that's why I came to the very warm state of New Hampshire to endorse the next president of these United States, President Donald Trump.
Now I remember why I don't like Tim Scott. God damn, that dude's fucking annoying. Oh, fucking hell. But hey, he's intelligent too. I think it might be it. Because this is how a lot of people are. I think obviously, like I said, Vivek, he's endorsed Trump. Tim Scott's endorsed Trump. I fully believe that he has a deal was struck and they're going to get some part of their administration. I think that's a possibility for DeSantis too, but I also think it's just as likely he didn't. He's just going to go back to Florida and run Florida. I don't think he'll take unless it's VP, unless it's vice president. I don't think DeSantis is going to. I don't think he gave his support I don't think he did support for part of the part of being part of the administration. I think he's just going to go back and continue running Florida and continue doing well in Florida. I think that's his best option. So I think that gives more props to DeSantis. He's like, I'm not benefiting this in no way, really. So I'm going to but I'm still going to do the right thing. I think even if that's what I think. I don't think he took I'll give you my support if you put me in your administration deal like a lot like the rest of the GOP candidates have. And look, there's something wrong with that. If I'm going to endorse you, got to get something. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, that's generally why I think a lot of them are endorsing Trump is, hey, I'll give you a part of my administration. But I don't think DeSantis is that way, and he very, very well may be. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. But I can see it. It's just as likely he's going to no, I'm going to go back to Florida and continue running my my state the way, and get my props up. So. All right. But yeah, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, hey, you get my endorsement. I got to get something to endorse you. No big deal. It's how the game works. No, like I say, it's not a big deal to me. All right, let's talk about the Nikki Haley rumors. Okay, let's check this out.
Presidential timber. Now, when I say that she is not presidential timber. Now, when I say that, that probably means that she's not going to be chosen as the vice president. You know, you can go. No, you can go and you can say certain things, you know, I don't like them and this. But when you say certain things, it sort of takes them out of play, right? I can't say she's not of the timber to be a vice, and then say, ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to announce that I've picked. Do you understand? But that's the way it is, okay? Tell it like it is. Tell it like it is. She is not presidential timber. Now, when I say that
all right, so there we go. We've gotten there. We go. The rumor is squashed because there's a bunch of rumors. Nikki Haley's gonna be the VP, and I was like, you got to be shitting me, et cetera, and all that stuff. But I was like, I don't see that happening. I really don't see that happening. There's nowhere in my bones that make me even believe a iota of that. And yeah, I was right. He's not gonna. He's not. Look, he doesn't like Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley doesn't like him, and it's no big deal. It's cool. And look, it's not like he needs her. He doesn't need any of her supporters, really. He's 66% prior to DeSantis dropping out. So look, he's got a massive lead. Now, could something happen and Nikki Haley goes ahead? It's a possibility. I don't see it fucking happening. Okay, Nikki Haley is. I don't understand why people like Nikki Haley. Honestly, like I really don't. She's flip flopped on everything. And she got owned by some newbie in the GOP debates. And it's like, I just gotta say, there's a lot of simps out there. Like, she's a woman, gotta vote her. Like, whatever. Like, I don't understand it, but whatever. Life is strange. But what can you do? But there we go. Yeah, like I said, hey, the VP rumors have been squashed. Awesome. That's great. I was like, please don't make this chick VP. I don't know who VP is. I've been thinking about this. I really don't know who it will be. I heard there's Dr. Ben Carson is in the running. I'm sure people are saying DeSantis. I don't think DeSantis will be his VP. And I think strategically it's a smart move for him to not be in the administration, period. I think he should continue to go back. He should go back to Florida, continue, running that state and make it great and everything. And I think that's his best bet. And then come back in the next year. Yeah, I hope it's not Vivek. Not that I don't like Vivek. I do like Vivek, but I don't think VP material he is this time around. I think he should get a part in the administration, maybe Secretary of State or something, but not VP. I think if he becomes VP in anyone's campaign, it should be DeSantis's, and everything like that. So that's my thoughts. I don't know who his VP is, honestly. I don't know who he'll pick as a VP option. Not Mike Pence, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm just trying to think, and I can't think of anyone on the top of my head. Oh, there's something funny too. Hold on. Because now I'm talking about Trump, and I'm remembering something hilarious. Come on. You know, what's funny too is I looked at this and they're calling DeSantis' campaign a disappointment. And I really don't understand that because he was trailing Trump. He was trailing Trump, but he was ahead of all the other GOP candidates, and he was for the longest time. So I don't know why they keep calling it disappointment, but whatever. I don't give a shit. Something real quick here is Trump holds a rally 2 days before the New Hampshire primary, and he talks about Ron DeSantis and DeSantis is suspending his campaign. Let's check this out.
Before we begin, I'd like to take time to congratulate Ron DeSantis and, of course, a really terrific person who I've gotten to know, his wife, Casey, for having run a great campaign for president. He did. He ran a really good campaign, I will tell you. It's not easy. They think it's easy doing this stuff, right? It's not easy. But as you know, he left the campaign trail today at 3 p.m. And in so doing, he was very gracious and he endorsed me. So I appreciate it. I appreciate that. And I also look forward to working with Ron and everybody else to defeat crooked Joe Biden. We will have to get him out. We have to get him out. Before we begin, I'd like to take time to congratulate Ron DeSantis and...
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, I've been trying to find this particular thing. Trump being Trump, of course. Yeah, it's got to be a little funny.
Yeah, look, he worked very hard. It's a tough go. And he worked hard. His wife is a terrific woman. They both worked very hard. And he endorsed me. In dropping out, he endorsed me. So I appreciate that very much. Somebody said, what are you going to do with the name DeSanctimonious? I said, that name is officially retired as of this moment. We are retiring that name.
So as everyone knows, that was his nickname for DeSantis is DeSanctimonious. It's a little funny. But yeah, he's like, look, he dropped out. He endorsed me. I got no hate for the guy. And, I think a lot of people forget that, these are what campaigns are about is, you fight with the other person. You throw all the money you can at them and try and destroy them just so you can, keep your name up. It is what it is. I don't think, there may have been some legitimate beef between them. They probably didn't, maybe they don't like each other now. But I think it would be, the smart and mature thing for both of them if they put their differences aside and go forward and try and help put this country back together. And at least, in the public eye, that seems to be what they're doing. Good on them. Good on them. And behind closed doors, who knows what the fuck's happening? They'll probably hate each other's guts, but I don't give a shit. In the public eye, they're at least, cordial. All right. So let's see. Boris Epstein, whatever. Talks about E. Jean Carroll. If you guys don't remember, that's the lady who is sued Donald Trump's defamation again for saying, basically, he's suing her for saying, I would not, in any way, that's not my type. She's gross. It's basically what she's suing him for. So just some background on Boris here. Just some quick background for those who may not know. Boris Epstein, I don't know how to say his last name, is an American Republican political strategist, attorney, and investment banker. He was a strategic advisor on the Donald Trump 2020 campaign and has remained a close advisor to Trump in his post-presidency. He was a chief political commentator on the Sinclair Broadcast Group until 2019. He was a senior advisor to Donald Trump's 2016 campaign for President of the United States and previously worked on the John McCain 2008 presidential campaign. Following Trump's election, he was named Director of Communications for the president's inaugural committee, and then Assistant Communications Directors for surrogate operations in White House office until he resigned in March 2017. He was a member of the team of Trump lawyers who sought to prevent the certification of Joe Biden's victory in 2020. So there we go. So he's definitely a Trump. He likes the Trump. He likes the Donald. He likes the Donald real good. All right. So let's see what he has to say about E. Jean Carroll.
She said, this is the dress I wore in 1994. They went back, they checked. The dress wasn't even made in 1994. And that's why the data's moved around. Is it the 80s? Is it the 90s? Is it the 2000s? President Trump has consistently stated that he was falsely accused and he has the right to defend himself. And moving forward, remember, on that dress, the plaintiffs repeatedly tried to blackmail President Trump with a Monica Lewinsky type story on the dress, saying there was any connection. Once it was clear there was no connection because this incident never occurred, they begged the judge to not let the dress in, and of course, the judge went along with that. Do not forget that the plaintiff admitted to deleting and destroying mountains and mountains of evidence under subpoena. That is a crime, that is illegal, that taints this whole case and the first sham trial. And then the question about the gun. Is it a revolver? Is it a rifle? But we know there was no license. Overall, this whole sham, this whole crooked Joe Biden driven election interference has been discredited. It should be ended, and all the hoaxes are falling apart like the rotten house of cards that they are.
Does your client still plan to testify on Monday?
I'm not going to speak to the president's plans. The president was with his family today, had a wonderful memorial funeral for his beloved mother-in-law. It was a wonderful day for their family, and now the president will be on to New Hampshire, where he's going to dominate, just like he dominated in Iowa. I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about. Go ahead. Boris Epstein.
Okay, that's how you say Epstein.
President Trump.
This whole thing's so unprecedented. Mike, you got to help me out here. I'm not a lawyer. This is a federal court. I've never seen a judge act like this in any trial I've ever followed. Help me.
Yeah, because look, this particular case, it's an obvious case of it's a case of clear. This is a political case. Like whether you like it or not, this is indeed a political case. That's all this is really about. It's about we don't like Trump, so therefore we are going to try and vilify him as much as possible. This has nothing to do about the law or justice or anything like that. This is entirely about, hey, we don't like this guy, so we need to get him out of office. And that's all this case really is. And if you're smart, that's pretty much what you're going to see. Sorry, getting distracted here. But yeah, that's all this is. It's all these pretty much lawsuits and stuff are political hit jobs, and that's all they really are. Oh, sorry. Let's see what else. I was going to say something else, but my mind's drifted. Anyway, but yeah, we all know that these trials and everything. It's just a way to try and prevent Donald Trump from running from office. That's all this is. We all know that the E. Jean Carroll case is complete and utter bullshit. The only reason he got hit with it is because he didn't take it seriously in the first place and, just made a bunch of jokes and shit. That's what really happened. And, for those who don't know, the president generally has presidential immunity from a lot of civil lawsuits. If it's even remotely in the purview of the president, he's considered to having immunity from any civil lawsuits. And this is a political job because when Trump lawyers try to get this dismissed based on presidential immunity, the judge is like, well, he waived that. How do you waive immunity? Like, it doesn't make sense, and it's a clear political job. Regardless of what happens in this, I'm willing to bet both the original defamation, because he's appealing both, but both the original defamation and this defamation, they'll both end up being thrown out, and it's ridiculous that it's gotten to this point, honestly. And we should really be ashamed of the fact that we're allowing a political hit job to go on in front of us. But what are you gonna do? All right, moving on. Check out the liar, Nikki Haley.
I would not run if President Trump ran. I'm Nikki Haley, and I'm running for president. I will not now, not ever, support raising the gas tax. Let's increase the gas tax by 10 cents over the next 3 years. A huge issue that I'll deal with as soon as I get there is social media. They need to verify every single person on their outlet and I want it by name. I never said government should go and require anyone's name. I think China's been a really great friend of ours. Yes, I view China as an enemy. That was not what I intended to say. I do not think we need to pull money from the UN. The UN, the only thing is we would defund the UN as much as possible.
When a 12-year-old child in this country assigned female at birth says, actually, I feel more comfortable living as a boy, what should the law allow the response?
I would not run if President Trump ran. I'm Nikki Haley.
So there we go. All of Nikki Haley's like flip-flopping. Like, she flip-flops so fucking much. It's ridiculous. And then she goes on a live debate and be like, no, I didn't say that. No, you're crazy. I didn't see it. This is why I don't like Nikki Haley. Yeah, so it's really ridiculous, and the fact that people are voting for this chick is ridiculous. Like, it's one thing to be like, I fucking remember on it, but it's just ridiculous. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, she flip flops on everything, and then you're supposed to believe, oh yeah, she's what we need for this country. Like, what the fuck? She has no idea what she wants to do half the time. She's like, oh no, I never said this. Yeah, you did. Oh, I never said that. Yes, you do. It's I really it just perplexes me how much people like this chick. He doesn't. There's nothing about her that I'm like, oh yeah, this is the chick for us. This chick here for us. It's ridiculous. Oh. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Other things I'm trying to do. All right, let's check out this video here. This fucking idiot. It's gonna piss me off. I already know it. All right, here we go.
Perez told investigators that Pedro Ruiz had showed her a book before where a bullet didn't fully pierce a hardcover book.
I'm just not going to just set it and just shoot it. No, I'm going to stand behind it. And Mona Lisa is going to shoot it.
For 15 minutes, the camera first captures his rambling plans.
Every week, I'm going to be bringing you guys new videos, crazy videos.
Before he shows off what's been billed as the world's most powerful handgun.
This is a 50 caliber Desert Eagle.
19-year-old Perez is 7 months pregnant with their second child.
Oh,
The Norman County
God.
attorney denied releasing video of the single shot that killed Ruiz, finally gave in. Perez told investigators that Pedro Ruiz had showed her a book before where
For those who don't know, I'm so irritated by this. It's such fucking irresponsibility to do any of this. It's oh god, I'm so fucking irritated. This is getting my blood boiling. I swear to fucking god. I'm sorry. I'm so fucking irritated at this so fucking quickly. These fucking idiots. I'm gonna shoot a gun at me, and it's not gonna pierce. How about this? I just, just an idea. Why don't you put some fake dummy behind the book and shoot the gun at it instead of putting yourself? Now this chick is one traumatized because A, she just shot her baby daddy, husband, whatever, and two, now she has to deal with the legal crimes, and three, now she has to go through life without a father to her children because this guy's a fucking idiot. Stop fucking around with guns. Have some goddamn respect for them and stop being idiots. It's just no goddamn respect anymore for firearms, and it irritates the ever-loving shit out of me. Sorry, I'm just. This shit really irks me, and it's getting really on my nerves really fucking quick. People don't have respect for firearms, and they absolutely should. Like, you don't have to be like one of these fucking nerds who are, so sorry, so goddamn triggered and everything like that, or trying to like, ooh, guns, but like, just have some goddamn respect for the damn thing. Shooting a gun at a fucking book. Oh, it's gonna stop it, and I'm gonna stand behind the gun, the book to show you. How about you just put a dummy or something like that, or a brick or something to simulate yourself, not. So you can tell I've gotten pretty triggered by this shit. I hate retardedness, and that was just the peak of it. I'm gonna stand behind a goddamn book and shit. All right, I'm going to go out of order, and we're going to pull up the Dana White video real quick because it's super short, and the rest of this is going to take a bit longer. So check this out.
You obviously give a long leash to your fighters about, what they can say when they are up there with a UFC microphone, and you are getting into territory of homophobia, transphobia. Like, is there?
I don't give anybody a leash.
Well, I'm saying you.
A leash?
Like
free speech. Control what people say. Going to tell people what to believe? Going to tell people? I don't fucking tell any other human being what to say, what to think, and there's no leashes on any of them. What is your question?
I was asking that question. I'll move on though.
Yeah, probably a good idea. That's ridiculous to say I give somebody a leash. Free speech, brother. People can say whatever they want and they can believe whatever they want.
If about like you obviously give a long.
Shout out to Dana White for just believing in free speech and not dealing with this fuckery. So if you guys don't remember, there was this guy, what's it called? His name, Sean Strickland. And he had sorry. So he got a question about his, homophobic, transphobic fucking rants at some point during one of his press conference. And he went on another one. And so that's why this question is getting posed to Dana White. And Dana White's not having it. And I appreciate Dana White be like, look, I don't give a shit about this stuff. Why are you bothering with this? Fuck off. It's basically what he told the guy. He said, fuck off. I don't care. Shut up. I don't care. That's what Dana White said. All right. There's these too many pussies in this goddamn country, and it is fucking ridiculous. All right. Next one. All right. Let's finally. Fani Willis. Documents say Fulton County DA Fani Willis was booked on flights bought by prosecutor with whom she's accused of having an affair. Uh-oh. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis was booked on at least 2 sets of round-trip flights purchased by special prosecutor with whom she's accused of having a romantic entanglement, records appear to show. Let's see. Sorry. So what I want. Drusilla Wade, the estranged wife of special prosecutor Nathaniel Wade, filed an exhibit in the couple's divorce proceedings on Friday, purportedly showing the spending history of a credit card used by Nathan Wade. Sorry. Let's see. The documents show Nathaniel Wade booking tickets for himself and Willis on flights to and from San Francisco and Miami. The new filing came one day after an attorney for Willis accused Josiah Wade of trying to interfere with the district's attorney's election interference case against former President Donald Trump and other defendants. Josiah Wade is seeking to question Willis in the Wade's ongoing divorce case and filed the new exhibit in response to Willis's claim. Till Friday filing, no evidence of the alleged relationship had been made public. Willis was first publicly accused of being romantically involved with Nathan Wade last week in a filing by Mikhail Roman, one of Trump's co-defendants. Roman alleged in a motion that Willis and Wade carried on an improper clandestine personal relationship while Willis paid him more than $650,000 over several years to work on the case. He claimed that some of that money was used for Caribbean cruises they took together, as well as for trips to Florida and California's Napa Valley. That same day, Willis was served a subpoena in Wade's divorce case. Her attorney called the subpoena and attempted to harass and damage Willis's reputation. Willis' office has said it will respond to Josiah's Wade's accusation and filing due on February 2nd. A hearing on the matter is set for February 15th. A spokesperson for Willis did not immediately return a request for comment on Friday. Many of the filings in the Willis divorce proceedings are sealed. A coalition of news organizations, including CBS News, has filed a request to unseal those documents. Willis defended the decision to hire Wade, who had not previously prosecuted a complex racketeering case, during a speech at Atlanta's church on Sunday. She called him a superstar who has impeccable credentials, noting he has been a lawyer for 2 decades and a municipal judge for 10 years. Trump and Roman have pled not guilty in racketeering charges in a case that accuses them and others applying to illegally overturn Georgia's 2020 election results. It's unclear what, if any, the accusations against Willis and Nathaniel will have on the case. CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleinman says the allegations could have consequences whether they're proven or not. I do not expect this case to be dismissed and go away, but it's not out of the question for a different prosecutor and a different prosecutor's office take charge of the case to review, to simply remove the taint of the appearance of impropriety. She said the controversy has caught the attention of Trump's attorney. In the case, Stephen Sadow, who posted about it on the social media network LinkedIn Friday. Proof. Look at pages 12 to 15, travel and hotel recordings of Special Prosecutor Wade and D. Willis. Shadow posted, sharing a copy of Josiah Wade's filing. I think we have that too. Okay. Hold on. Trying to reset so I can actually see the fuck of this thing fucking clearly. Yeah, so these are the filings. Dude, I can't read the shit out of this thing. All right. I hate that so fucking much. All right, let's see what this says. So this is just tweets. There's no facts here. A divorce paper reveal Fannie Willis' alleged lover was prior prosecution experience. All right, so this is just so basically this here is the statements that are the credit card statements that apparently from the divorce filings. Cool beans. I don't know how this. I mean, it proves that someone was probably with him. I don't know how it proves that it was specifically Fannie Willis. But we'll see. We'll see. God, I don't know why my throat's so fucking gross. But there we go. Fannie Willis. I think at this point we all pretty much assume that this was what was going on. And I think the CBS, I think it was analysis was 100% right. I fully expect this to be removed and out of the court, or at least her area. And I wouldn't be. I honestly don't know how you would remove the special prosecutor, because if since it includes the special that particular special prosecutor, that guy's going to have to get removed. I guess maybe you'll just take on the original case. So I guess we'll keep looking and see what's going on. I nothing in my head is gonna says I have no idea. I don't understand this legal stuff really. But like I said, those credit card statements clearly show that at least someone went with him. I don't know if that entirely means that for sure it was Fannie Willis, but who knows? And we'll see. I don't know. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow me. That's the best bet. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Like I said, follow me on X at official W Ghosts. Check out Coffee Brand Coffee. The links are below. Check out my YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch channels. All the links are in the below. I hope you have a good day. Peace out, and you know what? We will see you all tomorrow.